close your eyes and let the thunderous beats echo back. Remember when the street became your stage and a boombox on your shoulder announced your arrival before you said a word. The pulse of the city in the 1980s was unmistakable, often carried on the solid weight of a double cassette boombox, its chrome accents glinting in the sun. That click of the cassette, the hiss as the tape wound, and the thumping bass that seemed to flow straight through your sneakers, all senses ignited in unforgettable moments. Boomboxes weren't just machines, they were badges of youth, freedom, and rebellion, expressive as a favorite denim jacket. Whether you cruised the park, hit the beach, or brought a soundtrack to your backyard barbecue, the boombox was your companion, a gathering point for friends and a canvas for new music discoveries. Did you have a favorite sticker or tag marking yours, making it uniquely yours in a crowd? Today, let's rewind to those electric days, exploring how these portable sound machines became enduring symbols and the surprising ways they changed the rhythm of our lives forever. Step back with me to the late 1970s and early 1980s, an era buzzing with musical innovation when personal music was poised for a revolution. Before the boombox burst onto the scene, music in America was largely a private affair, enjoyed at home through hefty wooden hi-fi consoles or squawked from the tinny speaker of a transistor radio. The concept of taking rich, powerful music with you out of the living room and into everyday life seemed almost radical. That all began to change as urban culture demanded a more mobile soundtrack, and technology finally caught up with imagination. Boomboxes, first called radio cassette recorders, or ghetto blasters, were born in Japan in the mid-1970s. Brands like JVC and Panasonic pioneered the early models, packing AM/FM radio and cassette functionality into a robust, compact package. They ingeniously combined portability with power, a radical shift from the suitcase turntables and fragile reel-to-reel tape decks most Americans associated with mobile music. Do you recall seeing your very first boombox in a local electronics store and marveling at all the buttons, meters, and blinking lights? Maybe you remember the excitement of holding one, knowing music could be as free as you felt. By 1978, the JVC RC550 and subsequently the RC-M90 arrived, featuring strong bass, twin speakers, generous chrome, and the coveted dual cassette deck, the first of many surprising upgrades to come. The boombox captured the zeitgeist, freedom, youth culture, and the growing need for personal expression. It wasn't long before these machines multiplied in size and personality, appearing on city stoops, basketball courts, and subway platforms across the United States. But why did the boombox strike such an immediate chord, especially in American urban centers? In those early years, American cities were cultural melting pots, teeming with young people eager to share their stories through music, often in the face of economic hardship and limited access to performance spaces. The portability and volume of the boombox effectively democratized music, handing over the role of disc jockey to anyone willing to tote one. Across a block or two, suddenly a street corner could become a concert venue or a dance floor. Who remembers the thrill and maybe the challenge of lugging your boombox on public transit, the looks you'd get as you navigated a crowded bus with your beats in tow? Here's a lesser-known fact: the very size and design of 1980s boomboxes didn't just result from improved speaker technology. Manufacturers deliberately built them bigger and flashier in response to youth demand in New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago. As young musicians and breakdancers adopted boomboxes for street performances, the need for louder, more bass-heavy sound and showy exteriors spurred a friendly competition among brands. This led to what some call the arms race of the boombox era. Each new release was bigger and bolder, sometimes sporting LED meters and brushed aluminum cases that announced, "Here I am." Did you, or someone you knew, get caught up in trying to score the biggest or loudest boombox in the neighborhood? Just as remarkable, early boomboxes helped birth new kinds of music sharing. For the first time, you could record songs off the radio or from another cassette right in the park or at a party. No need for a home stereo or expensive equipment. Many legendary mixtapes and demo tapes from aspiring hip-hop artists were made on street corners or bus stops, with that distinctive background hiss and occasional stop, rewind, creating a sound all their own. Think of how the simple act of making a tape, a gesture we might overlook now, once felt loaded with intention, meaning, and even a little bit of magic. It's easy to forget, too, just how much these gadgets weighed. The largest models, such as the Konian C100F, sometimes tipped the scales at over 20 pounds, batteries not included. You might be surprised to know that the beloved boombox was a true test of strength and stamina, especially for teenagers carting them around all day. Yet no matter how heavy they were, the pride of hoisting one onto your shoulder was unmatched, a very real badge of cool in the schoolyard or the skate park. But the story of the boombox is more than just a tale of clever engineering and bold design. It's about a cultural awakening, a moment when technology empowered everyday people to be creators, curators, and sharers of sound. For those growing up in the 1980s, the boombox wasn't just an accessory, it was a gateway into new music, friendships, and neighborhoods. Do you remember the first tape you ever played, or the feeling of hearing your favorite song fill the air from a box you could carry almost anywhere? The boombox's early evolution set the stage for dramatic changes in both music and society. As the 1980s gathered pace, boomboxes weren't just evolving in design and function, they were weaving themselves into the very culture of the nation, changing everything from fashion to social gatherings, inspiring fierce brand loyalty and sparking new trends. But it wasn't only the changing face of technology that defined the era. What happened next was a creative explosion fueled by new features, smart innovations, and a growing sense that almost anything was possible. The stage was set for the boombox's golden age, when style, sound, and streetwise energy would combine in unforgettable ways. And that's where our journey picks up in the next part. As we turn down the volume on our trip through the world of 80s boomboxes, it's striking just how deeply these portable machines have left their mark, not only on music, but on the very culture and daily rhythms of an entire generation. We've retraced those first wide-eyed moments, standing before brand-new, chrome-faced boomboxes in the electronics store, marveling at their possibilities. We've remembered the pride and excitement of carrying them through city streets or suburban parks where every pair of speakers became a declaration of freedom, or at least a chance to choose what song played next. Big or small, dual cassette or single, sporting stickers or left sleek and shiny, these boxes became uniquely personal extensions of their owners, connecting us with friends and strangers through shared sound. The boombox was more than a machine, it was energy, a presence that changed the spaces. We moved through and gathered in. It was the heartbeat of a block party and the backbone of a breakdancing crew, the soundtrack of summer afternoons and long road trips. It brought communities together, crossing boundaries of age, race, and background in a way that felt organic and immediate. Through mixtapes carefully crafted for a crush or a best friend, through bootleg recordings of radio shows, through those late nights at home making a tape. To get you through another Monday, the boombox helped us shape memories in real time, capturing the fleeting moments of youth and amplifying them, literally, for all to hear. Looking back now, the technology seems bulky and power-hungry, almost quaint in an era when music lives in the cloud and slips into our ears invisibly. But perhaps that's exactly what made the boombox era so vibrant and memorable. You couldn't blend into the background while playing your favorite mixtape. Every choice, every song shared, every block rocked required a little bit of effort, a little bit of boldness. With every stop, rewind, and record, you put yourself and your style on display. The boombox asked us to be present, to gather, face to face, shoulder to shoulder, where music wasn't just heard, but felt. It's easy to get nostalgic for that world, where our sonic adventures drew people out into parks, stoops, and stoic old Buick back seats, forging unexpected friendship and conversation. The lasting legacy of the boombox may not be inside the hardware at all, but in the way it taught us to share our stories, to welcome each other into our worlds for a 3-minute song at a time. Do you remember the first tape you popped in, or the first spontaneous dance out on the sidewalk when your favorite song hit? Maybe you still remember the weight of your boombox on your shoulder, the laughter of friends gathered close, or a certain summer when it felt like your world had its own soundtrack. We'd love to hear about those moments, those cherished memories, funny mishaps, or even the music that defined the soundtrack of your youth. What did your boombox mean to you, and what song takes you right back to that place and time? Share your favorite memory in the comments below. Let's see just how many mixtape stories and boombox adventures we can collect together. Be sure to like this video and subscribe for more journeys back to the days when music demanded more than just a click. It asked you to carry it with pride. And if you know someone who should take this stroll down memory lane, send the video their way. After all, nostalgia is best enjoyed together. Stay tuned for more stories that will make you turn up the volume on days gone by. Until next time, keep the music in your heart, and remember, whether the batteries lasted all day or you had to scramble for spares, it was the soundtrack of those moments that truly powered us.